relax yourself. Yoga. We always start this session by gaining some higher knowledge. And once we understand why we are doing this, what we are doing here, then it becomes very easy to do on a daily basis. Yogic practice is like an inner perfume. Think of it that when we get ready and we go to a party, after we are all dressed up, then what do? We sprinkle a perfume, right? And then when we enter into the banquet, we must have just stepped in, and people far away in the room can feel the fragrance. They can smell you. And they say, wow, who has entered? I'm smelling so good. So that's the outer perfume. But the yogic perfume is much more powerful, and let me explain to you what happens when we gain this higher knowledge. When we are deepening our daily practices, when we accumulate this higher knowledge drop by drop by drop, we are accumulating in the bucket of our inside, then we start to accumulate this spiritual perfume. And when this perfume is generated from inside, then wherever you go, whether you put the outer perfume or not, the inner fragrance in terms of your aura, your energy, your positivity, it starts to just vibrate out of you. Wherever you go, people start to love it. They enjoy your company. They want to give you utmost love. They want to be surrounded by you. They feel your presence. And in that aura, in that energy, so much happiness, so much love starts to flow. And that's what increases your productivity and your creativity. It gives you the purpose of life. You live to the fullest. Inner perfume, spiritual perfume is the purpose of our life that we need to really accumulate. You know how we go out from morning till evening, we are so busy in earning the outer currency, outer wealth. And now when we come in here for this 1 hour, what are we doing? We are doing just the same but slightly differently. Now we are producing inner currency. Think about it. All day we are earning. And that's the outer wealth. And yes, we need that, definitely. But outer wealth is unpredictable. Today we have it. No matter how much you accumulate, tomorrow we may not have it. Tomorrow circumstances may be created in such a way where we may have to spend all what we put so much energy, effort, we put our health at the cost of that earning currency, and time comes we may have to just use all of it, or we may lose it overnight. We don't know, because we have no control over something that we put our 100% in to get. So it's unpredictable. Inflation is going up, so we have to spend more to get less. And as we are earning from morning till evening, we are actually accumulating a lot of stress, and we put so much effort and we get this little. And now think about that. And we never think about creating the inner currency. Inner currency, when it's generated through these yogic practices, this is the goal of this session, to accumulate, to be greedy for this currency. And when we accumulate this inner wealth, then that's when we can cash that in buying that happiness, that peace, that health, that stress-free living, the dream that we all have, but very few of us can make that a physical reality, let me tell you. All this time we spend on only thinking about the outer wealth. Yes, we can be successful, and yes, we can be very wealthy, But can we be happy is a question that we need to ask ourselves. Can we be happy? But here, if we just devote 1 hour a week trying to download this higher knowledge into our mind and generate that inner currency, inner wealth, then what happens is that is going to produce so much joy, that inner power, that inner energy, that can never be depleted, because once you accumulate that, nobody has the power to separate you from that. No one can separate you. And the beauty is you spend so little effort and you get this much. It's just the opposite of business world. The spiritual world is you do little bit and you get this. And in the business world you do this and you get this and this at the cost of health. So it's a saying that first half of our life, what do? We are accumulating wealth at the cost of health. You all have heard that, right? And then the last half of our life, we use that wealth that we've accumulated to bring back the same health that we've lost, and the saga continues. Now in the business world, if somebody gives you this deal that you only have to do this much to get this, we all will have like a long line. I wanted it, I wanted it, I want it. But very few, first of all, are blessed to have the opportunity to even have this knowledge, to have this understanding, to have this intellectual delight, that spiritual thrill, that, oh, there is a choice. There is a choice that I can live a life where every moment can be a happy moment, every moment can be a stress-free, disease-free moment. Is it possible? And when you have this knowledge with that understanding that yes, I can, then watch. Every day you are reborn. It's like you are having a new birth, and that new birth is a birth of positivity, that's a birth of inner strength, inner confidence, and higher intellectual powers. Intuition becomes very sharp, mind is calm, actions are very, very sharp. Now what to do? How to create this inner wealth? Then the question comes in. So think of it, I'm sitting on this chair and it has 4 legs. Imagine if just one leg is broken, I will be completely out of balance. Similarly, our life depends upon 4 spheres: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And if we can water all these 4 areas side by side every day, then victory is assured. Beautiful blossoming of relationships, loving relationships is assured. Inner strength is assured. Health is assured. Happiness is assured. It's like you insure your life. Here we are spending so much money buying health insurance and life insurance. We buy life insurance. The benefit only kicks in after you die, isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, come on. What good is that benefit? You are not in existence. And here yogic science teaches us that insure your life now. When you insure your life, before the problem comes in, it goes away. In yogic scriptures, Rishi Patanjali has written, Evam Dukkham Anagatam. It's one of the sutras that Rishi Patanjali wrote. Evam Dukkham Anagatam means this yogic science is so powerful, my child, that before the danger starts to come to you in form of stress, in form of pain, in form of worry, in form of fear, in form of painful relationships, before it comes, Yoga throws it away. It smells it and it asks you to change your direction. It creates that inner voice. That inner guru starts to guide you. My child, don't even take one more step forward because there's danger here. Now come back. Shift. It's called transformation starts to take place inside. It is this powerful that we practice here. of our effort we put into the physical. But this journey is from soil to soul. Soil is anything that's planted on soil that we eat, takes care of the physical body, right? And now we spend 100% of our effort taking care of this body. We bathe it, we feed it, we put nice clothes, and it only accounts for, and mind you, it only accounts for 10% of our success. Always remember this. We put 100% of effort to get only 10%. And now, majority of our success lies on our emotional health, our mental health, and our spiritual health. Are we taking care of these three? What are we doing to take care of these three powerful layers, the three most important parts of our life that exists and that account for majority of the success? What are we doing? That's the question we all need to ask ourselves before we go to bed. We consider ourselves the best businessman. We consider ourselves to be very intelligent, very powerful. Isn't it? Everybody thinks, I know it all. I'm the best. But think, all of your energies are going to be put into something that is so temporary. Over time, with age, your physical strength, your physical appearance, your physical powers are going to start to go down. But what you can count on is if you can keep your memory intact, if you keep your inner strength intact, if you keep that inner confidence and inner power intact, then you never age. That's a secret. You stop aging when you do yoga. Your wisdom experiences, with time your wisdom increases, your intellectual powers, your intuitive powers increase. So much love in your heart starts to flow where everybody wants to be with you. Your power of speech becomes so strong that there is a force behind that power that only makes you speak positive, only makes you speak sweet, soft, and intelligent. So much benefit, so little of practice that can bring to us. Why can't we embrace it? We choose everything in life. We choose the kind of clothes we want to wear. We choose the kind of breakfast we want to eat. We choose the kind of car we want to drive. And the question that we need to ask, why don't we choose the kind of life that we dream but we don't have it? And if we don't have it, then stop complaining and start creating that life for yourself with a message that yogic science teaches us. Stop complaining and start creating that kind of life. You have the power. You just have to be aware a little bit. But if in the absence of this knowledge, what happens? All day we just have like a rat race. We keep running after this materialistic world. It is needed, mind you. I'm not saying not to work and not to earn money. But with this kind of awakening, if this awakened thought is behind that all day, that while I'm doing all this, I want to make sure my inner wealth, my inner currency, my inner health is not being depleted. So we don't have to do anything differently. We just have to think slightly different. No need to do any extra work, but we need to change our thoughts behind everything we do. Imagine when inside we are very much in pain, we are bleeding, we are wounded, we are sad, we are depressed, we are not happy. Now with that frustrating energy we are doing the outer work, can we be productive? So the difference, inside energy is weak, negative, painful energy, outside result is going to be good or bad. Now imagine when we do yoga, when we have this higher knowledge, inner energy is now pure, divine, strong, confident, fearless, worry-free, stress-free. What is the outer going to be? The outer effort is going to produce so much success. We become victorious in life. Perfection flows through us, excellence flows through us. We feel so confident, other people wonder, what is she up to? What is he doing so differently? It is very powerful. And the best is you do and achieve. You do now instantly. If you go and work for an employer, you have to wait at least 15 days before you get money, right? At least 15 days, sometimes even a month. Or sometimes if you're on commission, God knows when, right? But here, you do and achieve. You don't have to wait. You did this today. At the end of the session, when you walk out, you're walking out with such more confident, pure, peaceful, healthy energies. You wake up then in the morning so blossomed, so happy. And you wonder, wow, that's not how I was yesterday. This is how your life changes every day. So you are better than yesterday. But what do? Here's the irony of life. And let me share this secret with you. We all human beings, we spend most of our time doing things that we see. So when we get up, we see breakfast needs to be made, clothes need to be ironed, right? Kids need to be fed, work projects 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 needs to be done. Our bare eyes, naked eyes see all that, and what do? The moment you get up with thousands of thoughts. Do, and work never ends. The day ends, the life ends, work never ends. Okay? So, now what we see we do, and what we don't see we don't even know that we have to do. And what don't we see? We don't see that how we have to take care of our emotional health, our mental health, our physical health. We don't see mind. Do we ever see mind? Even scientists can see the brain, but they cannot see mind. But we know mind exists because there are thoughts that are manufactured in mind. So mind, emotions, feelings we cannot see, but they play a very important role in our life. So when we are sick, we go to the doctor, but when we are in pain, when we are sad, when we are getting depressed, when we are lonely, when we are being bleeding inside, we don't do anything about it. Do we go to the doctor? No. Then we say what? Let me tell you what we say. Then we say, with time, it will heal. Right? Time is a great healer and hope is the biggest plan. Because we don't want to do anything. So we find these nice little sentences from great books. Time is the healer and hope is the plan. Now imagine, if time was the healer, you're sitting in doctor's office and you have to wait for 2 hours many times. Shouldn't you be healed? Shouldn't you be healed? No! Time is not a healer, and let me tell you, hope is not a plan till you do something. If you don't start changing the way you are living, if you don't change the lifestyle, then everything that you have been experiencing in life so far will continue to be the same. So you want to see the change, then bring some positive change that we talk here. It's very important. Create that change, drop by drop by drop. Because otherwise, mind is a monkey. And what mind is going to do? Mind thinks of something that is easy, short-term pleasures is what mind goes for. If somebody says, I'll give you $1 million, instantly you'll do anything. Or out of fear. Today I go to the doctor and doctor says, oh God, your blood pressure is high. You come home and now you have your to-do list. I will not do this and I will do this. So out of fear or out of greed is when mind works. And yogic science teaches us, my child, don't wait for that day. Do it out of love for higher knowledge. Do it out of love. And then that day will never come when the sirens of ambulance will knock at your door and you are then forced to get admitted. Our brain is constantly generating over 1,000 types of chemicals. And they are generated in small doses like micromilligrams. Now a slight change or imbalance in that chemical can put you in depression. The state of the art of system that we all have, that God has created, that we are blessed to have, now we need to sustain it. We need to take very good care of it. The moment we get little bit angry, the moment we get little bit reactive, The moment we get little bit fearful, the moment we have a worry, the moment we have tension, the chemicals inside start to get imbalance. And you know what? Cortisol levels are increasing in the body. Now imagine when we have a problem and doctor puts us on steroids, what happens? Steroids taken for longer period of time impact your bones, your immunity and your brain. Now same steroid is going to be generated from your brain. You think that you got angry at one time only, and you think that by being angry you can get work done. But you're forgetting, yes, the work might get done, that also temporarily, but at the cost of your health. So now you become used to of getting angry. Now even when everything is going well, you're still angry, because that's the habit you have formed. That's the sanskara that has become very powerful. Even when everything is going fine and you should be the happiest, even that moment you are the saddest, because now you are so used to of staying that way. So mind you, form a habit to stay happy every moment. So when we do that, when we continue to gain this higher knowledge, when we continue to deepen our yogic practices, then when challenge time comes, when test time comes, at that time also our mind is at rest and we are the best. But usually if we go with the flow of this world and don't do anything about it, then the test time comes, and at the time of test we are the worst and we are the hurt. Most hurtful people. So face it, fight it and finish it is what we can do through yoga. Greet it, meet it and beat it. Always prepared. You're always prepared, because the weapon that yogic science gives us is so powerful. So powerful. So last thing before we start doing the stretches, this practice that we are about to start it brings so much peace, so much calmness. It's like it puts us on an express lane. You know, we have two lanes, our local lane and express lane. And we always want to take the express lane when we are in the car. But when we are sitting in this vehicle of this body, we want to take the local lane. Less the better. So when we start doing yogic practices, it puts us automatically in the express lane where we are always ahead, where all our dreams are being achieved, where there is nothing impossible. So powerful we feel, so awakened we feel every moment. And you're always in enthusiasm, you're always so excited, you're always smiling. Every day is like a festival. And people wonder, why are you so happy? Do we need a reason to be happy? Sometimes when we are so happy, say, don't be so happy. God, something will happen to you. Calm down. Oh, why? More the merrier, isn't it? More happy we are. Why can't we express? We are even afraid to express our happiness, isn't it? So, it brings us to that joyful, blissful state. Second thing that happens is, it creates that GPS in our mind. And that GPS, that inner guru is constantly telling you, make right, make left, don't do it, pause, go, pick up speed. And you're amazed. Inner GPS. When we have GPS in our car and we brag, oh God, I bought this car and I have a GPS. You paid money to get that GPS. Here, free. All you need to do is increase your higher knowledge, rise in your consciousness and watch that GPS can do miracles for you. And imagine the last thing. We always say apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Now you're eating the most nutritious food, the best food every day. But if your digestion system is not working well, can the same apple give you the same benefit? So that is the point. Nutrition value is only meaningful if the inner systems are working. And inner systems can only be exercised when we do yoga, when we do meditation, when we do pranayama. Inner systems cannot be exercised with physical exercises. So when inner systems are working with peak efficiency, then only the outer nutrition is going to give you the most benefit. So the message yogic science gives us that, my child, when you take care of all 4 layers, emotional health, mental health, physical health and spiritual health, when you take care of all every day, side by side, then what happens? You create that energy, you create that calmness in your mind. You're not reactive to situations. And reaction means that instantly you don't get angry, your temperament is under control, your acceptance of things, situations, people increases, your outcomes are very successful, and your confidence continue to go up. So many benefits. So many benefits. It's like, when you send an email to somebody, instantly in these days we get a response, isn't it? Instant response. But out of office, and you get a response, I'm out of office, when I come back I'll give you a reply. So we did get the instant response, but is it meaningful? No. That's what body does. When we don't sharpen our mental health, physical, spiritual health, emotional health, then our body is constantly giving these instant responses to people that are completely meaningless. But when we increase our intelligence, our intuitive power, our inner power, then what happens? Every response that comes out from your mouth is very meaningful, very powerful. It can shock the other person. Wow, you came out with such a brilliant idea. How creative you are. And people start to have so much respect for you, love for you. And you shock your own self that yesterday I was not like that. I slept and I was not like that, but today I woke up and I'm finding that I'm an entirely different person. I never thought that I have a choice to live life like this. So it gives you choices, and you start to make the right choice, right decision at the right time, and watch miracles start to fold for you. So with these words of wisdom, let's go ahead and stand up. We'll start our yoga practice.